No, the story doesn't change. Can't let go cause I'm let down. I just charge it to the game. Thought I was more than your homie, more than your homie. No. Thought I was more than your homie, more than your homie. No. Now I don't understand you. How you love to cry. Right.
There it is. Welcome to the first episode after show. We're going to have a good time over this next hour. We're going to focus on the writing, but we have a lot of people in here today. I think we should just go around. Obviously, people know Big Ja. Ja, what's up?
To the max, what's cracking, family? What's up, everybody?
We got Persephone in the building.
Hey.
Big Reese.
Hey.
Reese. Effervescence.
Sister
God.
Sister Faye.
Yeah.
Sister Faye.
Dean Will.
What up? What up? What up?
And Brother Barry, what's going on?
What's good? What up?
Yes, sir. What you guys think? There are over 9,000 people tuned in to the first episode. That's a lot of people for the first episode. What you guys think?
Man, that's dope. That's a great start. I love it. I'm excited that people are tuning in, man. You know, it's kind of like giving me the same vibes from last season. You know.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I know.
It's kind of like.
Oh.
Go ahead. Somebody say something? Or was that?
I think Ken's about to hop on.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was Ken. So yeah, we definitely wanted to talk about, because I know that like with series, it's hard to go from season to season, especially when a season is amazing. It's like it puts pressure on the next season to be just as amazing. So the writers for season 4, Will, Jada Faye, Ja, and then Ken, who will jump on. You guys want to talk about, like, did you feel pressure, and what were some of the challenges, like how season 3 ended going into season 4?
Well, I'll start off by saying there wasn't going to be a season 4 initially. I was cool. I love season 3. I love 2 and 1. I love the series, but I wasn't going to do any more necessarily. And if I was, it wasn't going to be anytime soon. Because of the storyline, it's so many characters. You know, there's so many characters, and there's different relationships and brothers, sisters, and so many friends, side friends. And so I was like, man, I don't want to write all that all over again, to create a whole nother show, a whole nother season. That's a heavy lift. So I wasn't really convinced that I was okay with doing the season 4 until halfway through like the first or second outline session we did with me, Ken, Jada Faye, and Dean. And then I started realizing, oh, this season's going to be dope because it's coming together. The ideas are being thrown around, and we're taking these characters down this path and this relationship down this path and having different twists and turns, and it started getting real good to me, so I got excited.
So with Dean and Jada Faye, with you guys in that session, was it just the collaborative effort of the different ideas being thrown out? Like, what made you guys convince Ja that season 4 needed to happen?
Honestly, it was just a matter of the story not being done. If the story felt completely done, then sure. But it was too many avenues that we could have taken in any direction with any particular character, and John knew that. He just stubborn as hell. That's the only thing. He knew that. He was like, "There's so many different stories in this, and it's so much fun too, and it's so much, range too for the actors, because some of them have only been able to do so much, but it's a lot more drama this season." And I think that's what really pulled Jai in. He was like, "Ooh, okay." And then once he got into the storytelling part, and his wheels started turning, it was like that. Let's go.
Yeah.
And Jada Faye, you were responsible for episode 1. Did you have any other ideas for episode 1 that didn't actually end up in episode 1?
Ooh, that's a good
That's a good
question.
question.
I don't know.
There's probably a gang of stuff that we didn't put in episode 1.
Yeah, like we had so many notes because we kept everything through Google at the end of the day. So while we were going through all the different ideas, like I honestly, I got to look at the notes and see because I have no clue. I have no clue at all.
And Persephone and E, when you saw like season 1 and you started episode 1, you started reading the script. What did you guys think? How were you guys feeling?
I was like, oh, it's super serious. Well, not super serious, but like comedically serious. I was like, oh, this is juicy. I was excited. I'm excited. Still am. It's great.
Yeah. No.
Persephone, you're on mute.
My bad. When I first saw how we were kind of being introed, I was like, oh my God, this is starting out crazy. So I already knew what we had in store for the rest of the season was going to be amazing. Because you see the progression throughout each season. So there's so many ways to go with it. Like Ja was saying earlier, I was like, okay, starting out, we hitting the gates running. So I was really excited about it when I saw it.
I say we got brother Ken entered the building. What's up, Ken?
Hey, what's up? Y'all know what it is.
We're getting, I don't know if you guys want to.
Yeah, we right next to each other.
That's not going to work.
Maybe it's 'cause mine
We
is
just got to
on.
go to another room or get on the same screen or. Yeah.
Yes, better. Okay. I see.
One
gotta
just
bump
got to
others.
mute while the other's talking.
Ken just muted his.
Ken,
That wasn't a smart move. My bad. It's my fault. We
Ken,
right.
Ken, Ken, how are you feeling going into season 4? Because you were part of the writing process for 2 and 3, or just 3?
3.
Me and Ken wrote 3 with Jada Faye came in as well. But yeah.
Okay. So Ken, how are you feeling going in? Did you feel like 4 needed to happen, or what was your thoughts going into 4?
I feel like it always needs to happen because there's just more stories to tell, and we can always tell. Just like Janae was saying, there's so many different ways we could take these characters. There's so many different things that got thrown out. As soon as we said them, like, no, that's too much because of we're not gonna have enough money to do that, or like even I remember one that we came up with was Craig, Jason, and Bruce actually being, when he calls him, he actually calls him to come to a park where he's actually feeding ducks. But that just turned into a line. But it turned into a line because it was going to cost too much, and it was going to.
For us to go to a park, find a park that's going to let us shape the light.
Yeah.
Put a whole crew out there, and with actual ducks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we was like, it sounded good, and I think it's dope.
Yeah.
But it's a bigger budget project that can allow that to happen smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
And like, for example, throughout a couple times this season, we got kicked out of a park.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? We pulled up to a park to shoot, and we were getting ready to shoot, and someone says we need to have permits and we got to get out of there. So we're like, okay. Yeah. So to prevent that from happening and prolonging the day, I was like, man, we're gonna have to alter the script and just go straight into like, hey, make that a line as opposed to a location.
Yeah, that's that independent filmmaking. Now, the 4 of you guys create your own content, and your comedy is different. I mean, it's kind of in the same way, but it's different. Like, so what's it like collaborating with people that have a different style of comedy, a different type of writing? How do you guys make it work?
Well, it helps because all 3 of the other writers are I'm fans of. So I love what I write, and then I go to Jada Faye's her page and I look at her content, and I love what she writes for her content. I love what Dean writes for his content, and I love what Ken writes for his content. So I know what I'm getting. That's why I asked him to come on board and help me write this season, because I know that our even though our comedy, our humor, or even our writing is different, it's going to still mesh well because all 4 of us have worked together over the years. So it's not like a brand new session of writing, because Jay has written for me before, Dean has, and so has Ken. So I'm familiar with them, so that works in our favor. That the fact that we've already worked together for years.
Yeah.
And it's just
It's
fun.
easy. It's easy and it's fun. It's
Yeah.
really fun because we all got different minds and we all just somebody will say something and then we'll just expand upon that and it just goes.
I
So-
honestly
so
miss
don't
the
even
room.
make the script.
Yeah. I miss the room. It's not as fun to write without other people to throw stuff at
Yeah.
you. Other people throw stuff back at you.
Especially so many characters. We got
Mhm.
literally the main characters, obviously Bruce E. Reese, but then there's so many other characters that could have their own spinoff. Really, so it's in my mind. I'm like, okay, I can write this for her and him and this that, and the other, but having other dope ass writers bring their minds and bring their ideas to it is that much better.
Like, how does an idea win out? Like, if somebody has an opposing idea, you have an idea, somebody has an opposing idea, what's that conversation? What idea kind of wins out? Is there a process for settling that, or how does that work?
I think what usually happens is we come with a grip of ideas and we just throw them at Ja. And Ja, he sits there and he listens, and then he'll go, okay, expand on that because I'm kind of liking it. Keep going,
Right.
and we just keep going. And then we say, oh, then this can happen. Like so, we all like we kind of like jump on like a tag team pause, and we just like, all right, go today, all right, So we're always happy because we just got all these crazy ideas, and then. Sometimes Janae will say something and I'll be like, oh, I like that. And it's like, oh, or this could happen, or that could happen. And we just keep going with the ors. And then all the ors will come out and John be like, wait.
You got to figure it out. We got to settle on something.
Yeah.
Because it'll go too far and Ja will definitely reel it in real quick.
Right.
It'll be like, okay, wait a minute. Because he has, I think, and it's tough for him too, I think, because you're directing. You're the star of this, along with Persephone and E. And then on top of that, you have to show run. Like, I treated Ja like a showrunner. It's like, if I'm going to bring an idea to him, he has the final say at the end of the day. But the thing is, you can convince him. There were a few of us in this room that fought for shit that we were like, no, this is why. And finally, he's like, I'm seeing it,
Yeah.
Right. That's what's dope about it too, because even if Ja don't really like mess with it at first, if you keep going, you know what I mean? Like it starts to get an understanding. It's like, oh, you know what? Yeah,
That's all right. That's dope.
let's do this.
Yeah.
And working with you guys, I want you guys. I'm not here. It makes no sense for y'all to come here and not hear your voices, not hear your thoughts, your ideas. So I want to hear them and I want to like them. So sometimes you might say something you're like, oh, what if Tay does this? I'm like, okay, all right, what else? Hey, keep going with it. And I'll be like, right now, I'm like, I don't see it. And as you keep talking, I'll be like, oh, there it is. I got it. It makes sense. I like that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it takes me a minute to see it. When it's not your idea, it might take a little bit more conversation for you to grasp what the other writer is thinking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So and like I said, I trust them. I trust everybody here. So it's I know it's gonna be we're gonna most 99, I would say 96% time of the time we're gonna figure it out and we're gonna make whatever idea work. There's sometimes I'll be like, hey man, budget wise, it's probably I'll find a dance hall or a roller skating rink. That wasn't inside the season, but that was an example of sometimes getting excited. I do the same thing where I'm writing and I'm like, man, and I write not a castle, but like something elaborate to where I'm like, hold on, let me erase that because we can't shoot that.
Man, we'll go off the deep end. I know I would.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's great insight for people to hear about independent filmmaking and how kind of the budget restricts some of the ideas from time to time. But I want to tap in Bari. So for people that don't know, Bari is responsible for the music. He's a dope artist. He's a dope producer. He scores big projects, much bigger than the Lesbian Homie. He works on major television projects. But Bari, like, as you're reading the dialogue, are you coming up with ideas for production and music? Like, once you're looking at the script, do you wait for everything to be done? Like, what's your process?
Yeah, I generally like to have everything done, but time constraints. We don't really have that time, so I just kind of go based off whatever's going on in the scene. I just play with the dialogue. So
Yeah.
this season in particular was very interesting for me because it was a lot more drama than normal. So I was already approaching it like, all right, I'm going to come in there with some comedy stuff, and then I saw a lot more drama, which was super dope. So we have to also keep the same sound of the show, but now add the drama elements into it. So it was interesting this season to do that.
Right.
Yeah, it was dope because it sounded like you just produced some like original things specifically for scenes, like like closing out
Yeah.
scenes or opening up scenes. Like
Yeah, that's exactly what we do. Everything is all original stuff. So it caters to how the transitions in and out, how it's coming out the scenes. Everything is custom to the scenes.
I,
Yeah.
I I would encourage if you can, everybody, if you want to change your name to your Instagram handle so that people can follow you guys on Instagram, that would probably be helpful for people to find you because you guys, everybody watching should definitely follow everybody on the screen if you haven't already.
Right.
So if I think you can change your name during the show, so feel free to do that if you'd like. Uh, Persephone, so you get the script. How much? And this is probably I'll pass it to Persephone first, but then I'd just like to know in general, like you have the script.
Mhm.
How much of the script is like word for word for you, and then how much do you throw some extra sauce in there or change things up a little bit?
I'm one of the ones that pretty much tries to go on script. Because I want to make sure I have it the way Ja likes it. I've been working with Ja for so long that I like to kind of keep it like that. For me personally, I know that there's some other creators that are very, very witty and talented and on the spot, like come up with stuff like that. But I pretty much stick to the script. And then sometimes depending on, whatever, depending on whatever, I might come up with some stuff and then he'll be like, I like that, let's do that. So it kind of just depends, but for the most part I typically stick to script, which I enjoy coming in. I'm like, oh, this is fun, and then we find ways to change it a little, but for the most part, yeah.
Yeah, and this
Yeah.
is your. Go ahead. Did somebody say something? I'm sorry.
No, I was saying, yep. I was saying co-signing it.
And this is your third season playing the same character. Has anything changed? Do you feeling more comfortable? Like, what was season 4 like?
Man, I feel like every season is like something new to get to. So, although I'm feeling more comfortable in the Reese character, I do feel like, okay, I'm anxious to see how her character development is going to show through. So it is very cool to watch how the writers developed her, whether she's growing or whatever she's doing. I am excited to play whatever growth that she has going on. So,
Same question. You tap back in. How is season 4 different from season 3 or 1?
I would say it really felt like a show, like a serious show with comedy in it. And it was really cool to see. And it flowed really easier with filming. Like it felt like we did a lot, but maybe because we got so used to like the scheduling and how he wanted stuff done, it was really easier to film and just very comfortable and very like just a very healthy work environment.
Nice.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ja.
I will say, real quick, I want to mention about Bari too. For those that are watching this live, man, to have someone like him score the projects, because this is the third one, right, Bari? I think
It's the third one. Yep.
whole season 3, and now season 4.
Yeah.
And it's I thank you, brother. Hey, man,
I appreciate it, bro.
I feel like it's my birthday every time I get a episode back and I listen to the music. I'm like, damn. So once again, thank you so much, bro.
I appreciate that, bro.
Always, of course, brother.
No, it's easy to work with you, bro. Like she said, the showrunners, I work with showrunners all the time, and it's like super constraint with the creativity. But you're like, yo, just do your thing. You'll give me notes, and we go back and forth. It's super easy, bro. I'm in here studio laughing the whole time, so it's super easy to work on these, bro. So
I feel like this
sorry.
when you thank you, man. I feel like when you get the opportunity to work with people that you admire and you respect, and you admire their work. Well, what's the? I can't imagine over micromanaging. Let them do let them do what they do. That's why they're here. So yeah, man. I really want to see what you come up with. So that's kind of, I'll just let you do your thing. I know you're a professional and you've been doing it for so long, and I'm always amazed at how it turns out too.
No, absolutely. I approach every project like whether I know y'all keep on saying indie, but I don't see it as indie at all. Like the level of the quality of the acting, the editing, like the directing, the writing, everything is up to the par of anything I worked on Netflix,
Man,
BT, whatever.
Talk
So
heavy now.
I hate when y'all say indie. That don't bother me because I'm like, nah, this is a certain level. Indie is like projects that's like, you can tell when something's indie. This ain't indie, man. This
I
is
feel
this
you.
is next level, bro.
I
So
receive
yeah,
it, man.
y'all gotta stop saying that for sure.
For sure. So,
I put I don't think indie is a negative thing though. Like I think
No, you're right. You're right.
yeah.
You're right.
So we keep calling it, and I appreciate the support that people, whether people watch the episodes weekly on YouTube or they purchase the entire season at BigJaw.com. We're appreciative of the support. There are people that watched it already, like they bought it today.
Wow.
Because we had to swap out episodes 8 and 9. We had to update 8 and 9, and like people were complaining that they couldn't see 8, so that let me know that people had already watched 1 through 7. So because I started getting a bunch of emails, so people are already tapped in. But I put a link to Bari's Spotify in the comments. Make sure you check out Bari. Bari, your Instagram is Call Me Bari.
Yeah, it's Call Me Barry
Call Me Bari.
with two eyes.
Make sure you tap in. He's got a great catalog on Spotify. Yeah, super dope. Do you guys have a favorite scene from the first episode?
oh,
The opening scene.
opening scene.
The opening
with
scene with
Sam?
Chris Sam, man. That's
Yeah.
hilarious, man. And then it jumped to get your big ass in the closet. God,
Right.
it just flowed, man. Like
I try to, because it's episode 1, and Jay did a great job of the pacing. We're trying to get, we're trying to get a lot of information in and bring everybody up to speed from season 3 to season 4. So episode 1 is always trying to lay the groundwork. We wanted to be fast, we wanted to be engaging, but at the same time, we got to take our time and let people know exactly where everybody is. You know what I'm saying? Sam and Chris is on the 2-man mission. Bruce is trying to settle down, got him a little girlfriend, or a lady in his life. And Ian Reese is on that bullshit. From seasons, we thought about it, like what exactly, what in reality, what would happen, good or bad, what would happen? They would find out that they had this tension built up probably since high school, and because they're both studs, they didn't want to partake in the mattress game. So they finally did, and they liked it. Unbeknownst to everybody else, they actually liked it. So now they're doing it on the low. So fast forward months later, from season 3 to season 4, they spending the night waking up next to each other, whispering sweet nothings and all that crazy shit. So that was the goal, was to like shock value, see exactly what Reese and E are doing. And I think we did a good job of relaying that.
Yeah.
Now, that reveal was really good when Reese was in the bed, and it's like, shit. Get your gay ass off me.
Get your gay. You so gay, bro.
You so gay.
Scene between Craig and Ja, or Bruce and
Jason.
Jason. I can only see Craig as Craig. It's so difficult for me to see him in character. That scene was my favorite personally, because I just feel like it was so silly, but it was like very like layered. He's really going through some shit, but this is how he would approach it with this character's personality and the whole. And also I enjoyed the lines, not because I wrote them, but because they were literally done perfectly. That was the perfect way. Like I visualized it in my head and it came to life. And there weren't even ducks, and we didn't even need the ducks.
Right.
It was just his own little scene.
The ducks would have been dope. If I would have pulled up to a park and saw him on the bench throwing ducks into a pond, that would have been great to see. I promise you, while we were going over the shot list and everything, I was like, I think we're gonna have to cut this park scene. I hated to do it, Jay. I hated to do it, but I was like,
understood. I honestly think the stoop worked better though, because like, are you really gonna call your homeboy to pull up to a park necessarily like sure it's possible. It is much more interesting and it is a little funnier. But I think the stoop was even better because he had you sitting there by the end of it. Like and
Right,
now
he got
people
mad at
looking
him.
at you funny. Yeah, and then I don't know, did that car pass on purpose or did y'all have somebody
That's
like was that just a random person?
a perfect mistake.
That shit was perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's hilarious? So hilarious about that scene is that he called you for advice, and he pissed about the advice.
Yeah. So, but that's typical of people who really want someone's advice as long as it goes along with what they think already.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want, if you agree with me, then I'm gonna take your advice. If your advice is saying something different than what I believe in right now, I don't want to hear that shit.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So was things like with Craig's dialogue, did he add the pumpernickel bread or was that, or did Janae, did you put pumpernickel in there?
Yeah.
That was all Craig.
That's what you're gonna get from Craig. You're gonna get some of him. He's gonna give you what you need, and then he's gonna give you some of what he wants to put in there. And usually it works because he dives into the character and think about how can I Jason's a very emotional person, even though he doesn't show much emotion when it comes to his woman. But like he's going through it. Like, I gotta talk to you. Come outside, it's urgent. It's not urgent, dog. You stressing for no reason. But dudes will do that. You know what I'm saying? So
it's urgent enough for him to be sitting on the curb. That's
right,
hilarious.
Right. Dude, why not come in the house? Why not just come in the house too? We can sit on the couch. Yeah.
So
it has to have the drama, the theatrics of it all.
Yeah. So this is my favorite part. It's a very short part. I just want to see how this came to be.
Hey.
Yeah.
6, 7, 8. 7, 8. Hey. 6, 7, 8.
Who told Jasmine to do that?
No one. Jasmine's brain. Jasmine, once again, it's like a cheat code when you get certain actors are going to give you more. Like she's only in a few scenes in this season, but she shines in every scene. That's just who she is, man. I did not expect her to do that. I loved it. I said we definitely used that. That was not in the script. Even the 5, 6, 7, 8 wasn't in the script, honestly. So Mina came up with that out the blue because out of the people in that room in that scene, 3 of them are actually stand-up comics. Marche is a stand-up comic, Jasmine's a stand-up comic, and Mina is as well. And even though Cassandra isn't, but she could be. She's hilarious. And then they feed off each other. Now I could tell they were definitely comfortable with each other from last season. Last season was great too. But like you said, this is season 4. Everyone's been here already. We know the character. I think they're more comfortable with themselves, with their role. Jasmine's character, Max, she knows I'm the person that's going to do that. Mm-hmm. I'm the loose cannon. I'm the one that's going to ask a crazy question about if you marry a chick and y'all have a divorce, whose baby is it? That's all her as well. You know what I'm saying?
That was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Persephone, did you from episode 1? Did you have a favorite scene? Or what was the most fun of episode 1 to shoot that you were involved with?
When I told her to get her big ass in the closet.
Right.
I think I might have come up with that.
I think you did.
So I was just like, man, get your big ass in the closet.
The closet line was there, but you added that. You added it was a perfect frustrated line. It was
right.
You were frustrated and you're panicking. So you're like, she's like, what do I do? I don't know. What do you mean? I'm in your house. What do you mean you don't know? You like hide. She was like under this little ass bed. Like, what do you mean hide? It's your big ass in the closet. So I think what prompted that was under this little ass bed.
I was just like, man, get your big ass in the closet. Right. And we started laughing when I said it, and so I was just like, this is ridiculous, but it's funny. Right. And so I just felt like it landed nicely, and I liked it. But I really do like Craig's character for the show. So he's like one of my other favorite characters. John knows my other favorite character, the girl who catches us.
Brianna.
Vignette
Yeah.
or Ariana?
Vonette from
Vonette.
she was messing with Minx last
Oh,
season.
yeah,
Courtney
Vonette.
Elise.
The girl,
Courtney.
yeah, her. She's like one of my favorites, and Craig is one of my favorites in the whole franchise. So, Craig and Lisa. So yeah, but that was my favorite scene that I did for episode 1 because I just couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, for sure.
It was frantic.
I'll ask E the same question when she gets back. But as writers, obviously, okay, E's back. You're on
I'm
mute.
back. Sorry, I have a dinner to get to, but no, it's probably to get this closet one because low key, even though we're out of the closet metaphorically,
Aha, come on.
she's putting me
Right.
back
It's
in
your
the
big ass in the
closet,
closet.
and it's just funny because like I don't want to go back in the closet, but she made me. I had to.
Right. So
And y'all in the closet.
because
Hey, y'all really in the closet, low key, like
Literally in the
It's
closet.
like in like a Pandora's box of a closet because
Right,
we're
it's like
in a closet.
Inception. Like Inception.
Yes.
such a smart line, bro.
So like the fact that E's character is super free, she don't care, she's unapologetic, and Reese is more like I don't, she's still holding some of her life away from some of her loved ones. So for the fact that E had to get in the closet is so out of her character, but you don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? But so I think that's dope. Like in the inception of being a lesbian, but have to still jump in the closet to hide from people. It's crazy.
Before we take some questions from the audience, if you have some questions and you're in the audience, just put them in the comments. So whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, just put them in the comments. We can see the comments flow through. But just as writers, obviously you guys are in the very beginning part of just ideating, how the season will play out. And then you see it on screen. Like, what's that feeling like, when you see your words transcribed or come to life on screen? What does that feel like?
That shit is nuts. Like, it is truly one of the craziest experiences. I'll never get over it. I think it's the only reason I write, honestly. Aside from just getting the crazy shit out of my head on the paper, seeing and also just like the actors and actresses like playing that shit out in real time. It's like, oh my God, you did this much better than I saw it in my head. Like, I couldn't have even pictured it this good. And then you have somebody like Ja who's directing it and making sure it looks perfect, and Ryan Spencer, who did all of the cinematography for it. He just made it look beautiful. So best feeling in the world for me.
That's what I was thinking, because there's so many things that can distort how you originally envision it, like until it gets to the screen, right? Like the director really matters, the actors really matter, the people shooting really, like everything really matters. So if you work with the wrong folks, what you wrote could be something totally different when you actually see it on screen.
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Everything was just enhanced. Like, it's just like everything that we just worked on and that you see, it's like, dang, feels like even better than what we wrote. You know what I mean? It was one moment where I was on set, and it was the scene. I forget what scene it was. I think it was episode 9, and I'm watching it, and it's playing out so much better than what I even thought. But even better. And I'm like, I'm damn near shedding a tear. Like, I'm like, bro,
I remember that night.
Why, bro?
I remember that night.
Like, this is amazing, man.
That was an intense night. We kind of pushed the envelope a little bit a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Where some of the actors had to really had to stretch their emotions. And I appreciate them for doing that, because it's not easy. Especially like, I don't even do it that much in my own content as my own character. So Reese has to go through it throughout this season. Marche's character Nadia goes through it. Even Nilla, who I'm sure we'll have on here one of these episodes, she had to go through it. Nilla, shout out to Nilla Wood for sure. Like, and to have somebody come to set and look at the script and be, okay, I got to do this, and how I got to emote this way, and because the scene causes for you to be this emotional. We went there a lot this season.
Go ahead.
I was gonna add a little tidbit as far as writing scenes goes. I think it's one thing to write something and have people put their thing on it, but it's also like the little writer, the little kid in me always wanted to write like something. You see Martin, you like, oh, I want to write like Martin. You see a drama, say a whatever drama,
Scorsese project.
Yeah, anything, like you want to write like that too. And to be able to put it all in something where we're being funny, one there's drama in there, and we're messing and evoking so many different emotions in our writing. So when it comes out and you see it and you're just like, dang, it just meshes perfectly.
They got it.
You're like, yeah, like that's dope. So like even not just what I write, when I hear certain things that you guys have written, like I just get hyped. I just be like, man, like that's dope. Like I can't believe you said that. Like to me, because like it's like watching Yellowstone or something.
Yeah.
And then every once and again they hit you with those lines that make you go,
they make you want to quote it later on.
Yeah. And I don't want to give nothing away, but there's some lines in this.
So I want to try to get to as many questions as possible. If people need to pop out, that's okay. But let's try to answer these some of them are deeper questions, but let's try to answer them as quickly as possible. We can get to as many as possible. So I'm going to start out with CJ Jenkins asks, how do you decide what creators to add to this series? That's for you, Ja.
Ooh. It's not a decision. It's more so like, I can try. Let me try to fit him or her in. For example, if you see the cast, 99% of the cast are people who I've shot with for years. So, when a project this big, I kind of exhaust all the people that I shoot with. Everybody's in this project. Everybody, damn near. So when I finally see a role for someone else that I do know, I'm like, I can get Vonette in here. Like Courtney Elise was in season 3. But she was in there only for a couple episodes, and the character that the storyline that she's attached to is gone for this season 4. So, but she's such a dope actress. I love working with her. So I was like, I got to find a way to write her back in this small world called In the Bruce's Life, and she's Bree's homegirl. So to answer your question, I kind of like it's more of an opportunity to grab somebody that I know that's super talented that I haven't put in the project yet, and write them in. Like there's a scene where Tracy, Reese's sister, has a roommate, and I call one of my homegirls who I haven't shot with in years. I shot with her years ago before I even really started going hard with the content creation, and I called her and she pulled up and she killed her scene. But like it's an opportunity to shoot with people that I haven't shot with in a while, so it's more like a lottery more than like a choice.
Can I also say that Ja actually does this every day? Like I'm talking like if we're talking about anything, we're always thinking of shows, we're always thinking of things, and we're always thinking about casting people. So he's like, oh man, Jada Faye for this role if I was to be able to do this, or Persephone for this role if I was able to do this. We're always like throwing an idea out there and casting it. Like we'll just do it in real time. And then he'd be like, yeah, that'd be dope if we can do that. So when we do get this chance, it's way easier to play with, but it's just like, let's really make it happen now.
And that sounds like just the benefit of a network of really solid folks. And I know some people might say, I don't have that. Well, you don't start out having that right away. It's built over time. Like these connections are built over time.
I met everybody here through the work. At one point in time, I knew Ken as we were both stand-up comics, but everybody else I met on the way through the work.
Yeah. So Jay, this one's for you. Do you enjoy writing or acting more? And I guess a few other people can answer this one too, because you guys all do so many things.
Mm-hmm. I love writing more. I think, especially if I get to write with other people, that's my favorite thing to do. I couldn't, there's nothing else that compares to it. Maybe directing, but I'm gonna try that out this year. That's what I'm getting into this year more. So I can't say for certain yet. Once I actually try, then I'll know. But definitely writing for me. And then somebody did ask a really good question. I don't even know if you caught this one, but they asked what resources we use. And I really do want to say Jungian archetypes are one of the largest, like paying attention to your archetypes will help you with writing all the way through. And that was something that while we maybe didn't always discuss it while we were in the writer's room, it would come up. Like Ja did a great job of formulating these characters under certain archetypes anyway. So it's like a natural pull once you're in season 4. But for that person, if you're an aspiring writer, look into the archetypes.
Cool.
Mm.
There was another quick question that asked, will this be on Tubi? The answer is yes, but not until all the episodes are on YouTube. So not for another 10 weeks, but it will go to Tubi as well. Let's see. Shanice Wells, I'm addicted to this series. How many hours a day do you all film?
Okay, so all right, so
Let's just say 2 days.
huh?
Let's
2
just say
days.
2 days.
Well, on average, we were shooting 12-hour days. We have we have 10 episodes to shoot. Each episode is over 20 minutes. We have over 200 pages to shoot, and we tried to get it done in 20 days. So that means that it's a lot of pages to be shot every single day. We shot on average 12-hour days. So everybody wasn't there for 12 hours, but the cast and me and the producer, shout out to Lex Truss, we were there every day, all day. Some of the actors were there 10 hours or 8 hours or 5 hours, but I was there every day at the beginning and at the end. And 12 hours that end up turning into 13 to 14-hour days when you have to set up equipment and pack equipment up and be the last person to leave the set. So yeah, we're shooting every day, 20 days straight. No, we did 6 days on, 1 day off, 6 days on, 1 day off. And the 20 days went past 20 days actually. So, but we got it done.
Yeah. This next one's not a question, but VA's Finest just donated $100.
Man,
Shout out VA's Finest. Definitely wasn't expected, but we appreciate the donation. It fuels more independent creativity. So if you guys want to see more independent films, that's ultimately why we ask to, we give you guys the option to purchase it at bigjaw.com because we want to fund. We have more projects already written. We have scripts.
We got more projects. We got other stuff written, and we're ready to shoot. At the same time, it does cost. When you do a project, when you do a series especially, it's a lot of actors, a lot of set design, and a lot of episodes. So every little bit helps, and we definitely appreciate it. Not obligated to do it. I always say that we're not obligated at all. That's why we put it on YouTube as well. Yeah. But we definitely, I put that money that we get right back into the company. I ain't going out there and buying Bugattis. I promise you that. I love doing this, and so I'm gonna take the money and put it back into production for sure.
Just to lift up the hood a little bit, it cost over $100,000 to shoot this series, which is low relative to what you see on streaming platforms and things like that. But it's a lot of money to us.
Extremely low for a TV show.
It should be $100,000 episode.
Yeah,
honestly.
right.
And more actually, it should be like 250. It should be like 250.
Right. But we doing a bare bones budget, and we got it happen. We made it happen.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it bare bones, but we get it, John. We got you.
I mean, in comparison.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, in comparison to a TV show, and like the lowest TV show budget is crazy.
There's other creators looking at this like, damn, 100,000. I'd love 100,000 to put into this project. Is levels.
But when you do take into account the amount of crew members, the amount of actors, because this is like a really big production. It's over, I think, if I were to go into my files, it's over 50 people on this show, for sure.
Yeah, so it's
nuts
to be able to have a budget like that. So I'm not, anybody watching this, I'm definitely very grateful, very blessed. At the same time, you know, it goes fast too, because we have so many people attached to it. And everybody's getting paid, everybody. So I ain't making the money. It's not like I'm taking the money and keeping it. No, it's going to the production.
But I also think that's dope that we put, because we were hesitant to put the Lesbian Homie 1 on Tubi because of the quality of it.
Right.
But ultimately we decided to keep everything out there so that people can see the progression in the quality. Like obviously the content and the acting is still solid, but Ja was using different cameras. It was shot on different days. You know, just wasn't as sharp as it today.
Season 1 was shot with us. We didn't have a DP. We had us.
Yeah.
My DPs was Ken, Troy, Minx, Ali, whoever was there at the time. Hey man, got this camera, man. We shooting. We didn't have no sound guy, nothing. You know.
This next question we can tap Bari in for because it has to do with the music. Was Ja and Bari, but how or where can we submit music for sync or soundtrack consideration? Bari specifically, because not just the Lesbian Homie, but how do you find music for either this project or other projects that you work on?
Normally submissions like through my email or word of mouth a lot of times. Generally I try to find stuff that's specific to whatever show I'm working on. So I'll go search and try to find some stuff on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever. But I have a pool of friends that are super dope creatives. So I normally get a lot of music from them. But they can submit anything to my email and I'll definitely plug it in whatever I'm working on. Because we got a bunch of projects we're doing right now. So, you know.
Do you want to share your I mean, you don't have to. There's a lot of people in here. So where could people
I could. So I'm working on the new Tyler Perry film right now. Just did the score for that. I'm not gonna go through all that. That's not what we're here for right now. But they can submit music to Ja. They can submit music to Ja. They can submit music to you. I can get it. I can plug it in because we needed a lot of music for this series. This series needed a lot of music. It was a heavy on the music, so we definitely needed more music than we had available for this time. So that would have been nice to have that question answered earlier, you know, because we needed it.
For sure. Yeah. Next question. How far in advance do you write? Is the whole season written before you start shooting?
Yes. The whole season is written before we start shooting. However, sometimes the episode, the pages do change on the day of. So we'll have a 25-page script ready to shoot. We're going to shoot 9 pages today, and some of those pages might change depending on if we don't go to a park and shoot some ducks. Feed the ducks, we got to change the dialogue up a little bit to make the scene work. So yes, we write it in advance. We wrote at least a month. We were done at least a few weeks before we started shooting.
Had to do some rewrites.
Had to do some rewrites.
Like with 3 days.
Yeah.
Gotta rewrite the scene. I was like, not this one.
The Ghetto Guru asks, did everyone help with picking the relationships on the show? I feel like all the couples on the show have so much chemistry, like they could really be together in real life.
Man, I came up with the characters, with the relationships starting in season 2. With season 1, relationships, I mean, our friendships as well. Like Miss Sade and Cassandra Lee play Sam and Chris, who are E's closest friends, the stud buds, and Tay, G Wayne. I purposely made him one of my closest friends and one of E's closest friends. He's a smaller guy, but a big personality, and he can hold his own in any room. Like, he's such a talented actor that I needed someone with comedic timing, especially with someone like E, who was fresh into acting. Having scenes with him, having scenes with me, it would help her. It would help her come along, and she's done well. She's done every season. She gets better, and so yeah. As far as relationships, I created them, but like I said, Jay, Dean, and Ken they actually know the people in real life as well. So they're not like just random actors that are playing this role. Jay, Ken, and Dean know them as well. So I believe it helps them write for their personalities, for the nuances in their acting. So yeah. So even though I picked the relationships, but they, as far as the writing, they pulled the chemistry together through their own ideas.
So this is potentially a good idea. See, Henry Capers Jr. says, archetypes, teach me, would y'all ever do a content camp for aspiring storytellers?
We thought about that. I've thought about that for sure. That's just something I would have to structure and put together, but I would love to do that. And I'm sure that everybody here has a lot to offer when it comes to teaching people how to create story in a more fluent manner. Because sometimes the idea is great, but the execution might not be as on point as it should be. And hopefully that a lot of us can help assist anybody that comes and watches that so they can become better creators as well.
Would anybody else want to weigh on that? Would you guys like to partake in and I know that Persephone, you waving. What's up?
I'm heading out, y'all.
You out?
You getting out of here?
I gotta head out.
Bye, Persephone.
We'll see y'all next week.
Next week.
Next week.
Big Reese.
Big Reese. I love y'all.
Love you back.
Bye.
Peace.
Anybody else have thoughts on a content camp?
I would love to do something like that. I think it would be really fun and fulfilling to do that because I don't know that a lot, at least I can only speak for myself and where I'm from. We didn't have access to, you know, storytelling material or resources. Now we're living in an age where you can find anything online. So it's a lot easier to access that information. For those of you who are interested in writing or storytelling in any way, there are, you know, scripts online. Like, you don't know how many movies I found on the internet by just typing the name of the movie in PDF at the end. It'll just be sitting there. I found Sinners. I'm so happy I found that. Like I study, Josh studies, Ken studies, Dean studies constantly. So just read things, and you know, that's a great question. I would love to do something like that. And as far as archetypes, that's just a different type of, like, I'll use Sinners for it, but like, let's say the main character of the story is like a hero. There's a hero archetype. There's a caregiver archetype. Like, you know, the main character that he was hunching on, you know, she was a caregiver. Like, there are things like that, and they make certain decisions based off their archetype. So that helps you with your storytelling.
Yeah. So I would do that too. I would love to help whoever wants to learn. The biggest thing with that is just doing it at the same time. So you have to be open to showing your talents and being a part of your gift, because that's what it is. You know, I start off writing because I used to get in trouble a lot, and then my mom made me read Martin Luther King. She made me read these Martin Luther King like letters, and I was just like, dang, how do you write like that? How do you write something on a paper and like you can like actually feel what they're saying? And I was just like, dang, like, so that's why I like it, and that's why I'll go and I'll look at something online or whatever. So I would love to give that to somebody else.
Yeah, that would be dope, man. I echo what Janae said. I didn't have like resources like that growing up. You know, it was I learned really writing just by just YouTube and things and taking courses, and you know, so like I love it, especially to the youth, you know, especially to people that like that don't have that available to them. And
also listening to people, that helps your writing too. If you just get back and just listen to people talk, like you'll know how to like go and work on any character, because everybody talks different.
Shout out to Tez the Truck, donated $50. He said he loves the series and all you guys and all you guys work. Been watching y'all for years. Love it.
Thank you, brother Tez. Appreciate you, brother.
There's a lot. If you guys see a question that you want me to put on the screen or that you just want to answer, you know, feel free to look at the comments as well. But here's another one from Marquis Skinner. How long did it take for you guys to finish post-production?
Ooh, what? 2 months? I think. From editing, scoring, to getting B-roll and add a couple pickup days. I wouldn't say give or take 2 months, but just pretty damn fast, honestly, for as much work as as much as we shot. You know, it's a long series, it's a full series. I think each episode is literally like average of what a TV show would be.
All right,
it is.
Did somebody else say something? My bad.
I do see a question.
Which question would you like to answer? There was a lot of them. I was scrolling through. Which question would you like to answer?
I just saw the one where it says, I would like to know everybody else's thoughts on this too. What helped you all become comfortable in front of the camera?
Believing in your talent and realize that acting isn't perfect. Acting is a feeling, it's a movement, it's how you feel. So acting is vulnerable. And if you're uncomfortable, if you want to be an actor, you have to be vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
So once you get rid of that, once you get rid of how cool you're going to look on camera, how silly you're going to look, and worried about the wrong things, I think then you'll be okay. Because I look back at scenes and I'm like, damn, I don't like the way I look in that scene, but I'm okay. I love my performance, and that's what matters more than anything. So, I mean, and I have to do it. It's something that I have to do. I have to perform. I have to create, or else I'll probably go crazy. So it's not even a choice. It's like I got to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Boy.
And you make a very valid point about the looks thing. Because I think it's different for men and women. I know y'all be caring about how y'all look on camera too, but I think, who said this? She directs. She's a really talented actress. She has a twin, y'all. She's black. She got a twin. She be loud. Yes. Her ass said you cannot think about being cute while you're acting. It's not possible. And more importantly, you're not you. Maybe you would be cute in that moment. Who cares? You need to be focused on being that character as much as possible. That character might not suck her belly in when she's talking to her man. She might let everything hang out. What's her personality and her dynamic, and be that on camera. And when you walk away from it and you see it later, if you don't like how you look, you don't like how that character look, and that's a different problem for a different day.
Right.
I don't know if you can hear. I don't know if you can still hear. Oh, she tapped out. We coming up on an hour anyway, so I guess we can close it with don't tell us what happens in the episode, but tell us which episode you guys are looking forward to the most, and then tell us what else you guys have going on outside of the Lesbian Homie that people should be looking out for. So we'll just go around. Dean, episode that you're looking forward to the most, and talk about something that you have going on outside of the Lesbian Homie.
Oh man, there's so much stuff that I'm looking forward to, man, in this season. I like the way we shaped Chris and Sam's character, like what they go through during the season. I like to see I want to see their arc and how it all comes together. I think that's a dope story right there for them.
Is there a particular episode that you're looking forward to being on?
Probably episode 9. I think it was episode 9 when she out in the episode 9.
Come on now.
Episode 9. I think it's 9. It's either 8 or 9.
Come on.
Okay. And what can people look forward to from what you got going on?
Man, tap back into my page, man. I'm getting ready to start back posting consistently. So it's about to go up. We're about to have some fun. Some top tier comedy.
And some drama.
I'm gonna bring the drama.
Hey, and
check me out next season, Raising Canaan.
Episode 5. Say that. Season 5, Raising Canaan.
There it is.
Yeah. First episode, opening scene.
Amen.
There it is. Ken, same question.
What was the first question?
What episode are you looking forward to being out? Just the number of episodes.
I'm gonna say 4.
Okay.
I'm waiting for episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a good episode. It's a messy episode, and it's kind of when things happen in that episode.
And anything you want to mention?
Of course, my page still banging out content for that. The whole crew is stupid. We're dropping shit. Sorry. Is that?
No, you can.
I feel like I can't cuss right now. But we're still dropping and working on that too as well. So just that, man. Just tap in with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Push.
There it is. Ja, you want to go next?
I would say it's so many damn episodes. Every episode got something that I'm gonna love in it. I love in it. I think episode 5. Everything's so jumbled up to me. You know what I'm saying? As far as like which episode is which. But there's one scene I love. I obviously I was there when we edited it, so I still get excited to see it every time. It's probably one of my favorite episodes. You know, one of my favorite scenes. Also, another scene later on in the show is dope. It's three episodes got 3 different scenes in it. Where one episode, there's one scene that wasn't in the script. We talked about it in the outline, and then when I read the script, I realized it wasn't in it. That scene was not in the script. I said, "Oh, I called the actor anyways, had him pull up to the set, and we talked about it for about 20 minutes. Like, there's no script. He's a phenomenal actor. Me and him just talked about it as a director and actor. We went into the side room and we just talked about the character. We talked about the backstory of both characters in the scene, and he nailed this. He nailed the scene in one take. We did it twice only for safety, but he did it in one take. And then when I watched that scene, it's a pivotal scene for one of the characters in the show. And that's why I love it so much, because it wasn't planned, it wasn't rehearsed. It was just go.
Can you say who that actor is?
Shout out to B Watts, man.
Come on, B Watts. Come on, Watto.
Shout out to B Watts, man.
Not everybody knew.
Yeah.
Everybody is, but talking about impressive. Everybody on the cast and crew knew that on that day, that scene, that I forced it. I was like, "No, we got to get this scene. We only had this location for the day. I got to get this scene," and we got the scene, and there was no prep for it. I mean, it was a very little prep, and he nailed it. He nailed the emotion. He nailed the pacing of it. He understood the assignment.
And shout out to you for being on the spot, like, hey, we got to do this, and that's not easy to do.
Yeah,
it's not easy to do from nobody, from the shooter, from the cinematographer, from the director, from the actors. Like, bro, that's phenomenal work.
And shout out for people. Thank you so much. And shout out for those who trust me to do it. The DP didn't trip, no one tripped, because we still got our day. Got that scene in, got our day, and I love that scene. I love that scene.
That's another thing about working too, is just like everybody's passionate about what we do. So like we're into it. Like we love doing it. I feel like if it was just like a matter of life or death, you know, do your writing or go to corporate America. Like, I'm gonna do my writing.
Right or die.
Yeah.
Right or die.
And I just want to give some credit to Ja again, because I didn't even know that happened. I forgot that it wasn't like pre-written. And I know what scene you're talking about. Y'all don't know yet, but y'all gonna love this scene. It's a very important scene. But this is why having a showrunner is so important. And I don't know how you were able to be this good of a showrunner while also being a director and starring in this shit and doing so many other things. Because that was an empty spot that needed to be filled. We needed to know why that particular character, who's also in that scene with Watts, acts the way she does. And a lot of people would have just let that fall to the wayside. And so that's really cool that you caught that. And while you have everything else going on and you're shooting everything out of order, it's nuts. Like, I don't know how you caught that. Yeah. But we really needed to explain why she was the way she was. Without giving too much away.
Yeah, your mind on remembering things, bro. Like it's like a gift, bro. Like,
I appreciate it. That. Thank you, brother.
Another scene of mine that I'm excited about. Like I said, but I'll say it's inspired by ATL, by Atlanta. Come on. I'll say who's in it. Can I say who's in it?
Yeah.
Christina, Amber, Precious, and Persephone.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, you showed me that scene, dog, and oh my god.
Yes.
You wrote that scene, right?
Yes.
You wrote that scene. That scene is, y'all don't understand. When you see it, you gonna understand this conversation. But that's a funny ass scene.
But what they did, they took what was on the paper and just, because some stuff I didn't write. Some stuff is just
and once again, folks who are watching this, when you have pardon me, Barry, indie project, you know. Oh, now, but like you might not be able to pay for table reads and rehearsal days and stuff like that. So, for example, the scene that Dean is talking about that they wrote, it's 4 people in the scene, but there's 2 people that are really, really going at it, and they met less than an hour before we started shooting that project. They knew the assignments, they read the scripts, but when they got there, they didn't know each other, and they had to play a certain character. They had to play characters to each other in that scene, and they knocked it out the park.
Man,
it was so much chemistry. It was unbelievable.
Man, like you said that they didn't know each other. I didn't know that.
Right. Yeah.
Since we giving out flowers, shout out to Al Gordon for donating $40. Much appreciated. I think I missed somebody too. I think I missed
Al Gordon.
2 other dudes.
Calvin Tony as well. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much, brothers.
Big Ja, the second part of the question, what can people be looking forward to? What else are you working on that you don't mind sharing tonight?
Man, I would love to get it all done in the rest of the year. But we got Tiberius. Tiberius is making a comeback. I'm excited about that. Obviously, the whole crew is stupid, working with everybody. It's not real quick. It's not they're an addition to the crew. The original crew is still the original crew, you know. And someone asked about where Minx is. Minx is not in this season because of his character and Selena's character. They kind of lived happily ever after, so there's no real drama with them anymore. And he lives in Atlanta right now. So shout out to Minx, his family as always. You know, he's a part of the crew as he always will be. But we got the whole crew stupid film written by Brother Kenneth and myself. I can't wait to put that together. The whole crew stupid feature film. I'm excited about that. And Tiberius is coming. And we got projects called LA Times. Another project.
LA Times.
LA Times.
Yeah, that's a word. It's a working title. That as of right now, that's the name of the show. We'll see if that stays the name of the show. But
LA Times ain't gonna let y'all keep it.
You know what I'm
like
saying?
the paper.
I'm optimistic. We gonna keep it until we can't. We're gonna see.
Even if we spell it with a Y.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe.
That's how we been.
Yeah.
Bari, do you have a favorite episode from the season?
Yeah, episode 2 has a song that is just crazy, and it's like a theme throughout the whole thing. I don't want to give it out, but that song is gonna like hit people in a certain way where when the acting, it's everything about that scene is just like perfect to me. So I can't wait till we hear that.
No.
Next week. Maybe you can join us next week if you got time. Brother.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely there.
And then
I'm thinking about. Like,
it's that one. It's that one.
The beauty
That's one of those songs where you hear it and you're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Dang,
the beauty of being able the beauty of I love the writing, of course, writing something and acting it out, directing it is a great fulfillment to me. Mm-hmm. But this when I watch a scene and then I hear the music, it just takes the scene and amplifies it. And to be able to do that, bro. When I watched on that episode 2, and I watched the first draft with the music, I said, "Damn!"
Hey, bro, everything about this show, bro, is top tier, bro. Like every person,
I appreciate it. Yeah. Bro, I'm literally I was gonna score that scene. I don't want to give it out, but I was gonna score that scene just as like a regular kind of music underbed. I was like, nah, this need a song. Like it gotta say exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for people to hear that one, bro. That joint is crazy. Yeah, man.
And Barry, what else you working on that you can share?
Yeah, so I'm doing the first Black soap opera, Beyond the Gates, which is on CBS. I'm doing that. I got the Tyler Perry Netflix movie that's coming out hopefully soon. Got the last season of The Neighborhood on CBS that's coming out. So we doing a bunch of shows, man. Trying to just work, man.
And we're gonna find time to get a project of yours out. We're gonna work on something to get your
I'm
own.
trying, bro. It's just it's hard, bro. And I won the Composer of the Year at the BMI Awards. I gotta tell you on that too. I throw that out there too. Throw that out there too. You know what I'm saying? So.
Congratulations, brother.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we just working, man.
Dope.
We
Have you
just
ever heard
working.
of Red Star Lounge? Remember those like those old school compilations they used to put together? They would
Oh
have
yeah.
like Lewis and Gary Clark Jr. on
Oh
them.
yeah.
All these
Yep.
different artists, Erica Badu. You should do something like that, bro. Because the way you put together and curate music is fire.
Amazing.
Even if
Let's
that's
do it.
the first thing, you know what I'm saying?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Team, let's put it together, John. Let's put it together, man. We'll do it strictly for y'all
Hey, I'm with it.
and make it dope. That'll be
And,
fire.
and last but not least, Janae, what episode are you looking forward to? And what else do you have going on that you want to share with the audience?
Honestly, I scrolled through every single episode just now while y'all was trying to decide, and I'm so happy you let me go last because I cannot choose. It's impossible. They all flow together so well that if y'all don't watch every single one of these episodes, you've lost your minds. You have no interest in real television. You want to go watch something that they already made 3 different versions of. Go watch Snow White or something if that's what you're trying to do. Because these episodes, the way they wind together so perfectly, and the way the character from the beginning, every single character from the beginning to the end, there's a nice little arc, you know, that you don't want to miss it. You got to watch all the way to episode 10. So I'm going to say I can't wait for all of them to be done so we can finally talk about all the shit that we're trying to be secretive about right now.
Yeah. Right.
There it is. Daniel Fonga said Lesbian Homie season 4 is lit already. He's watching from Dubai.
That's dope.
Lots of international purchases. I was looking at what was coming through the website. Trinidad, the UK, Australia, folks in Africa tapping in. Definitely some international love. But Janae, do you want to share something else that you're working on? You got something on your channel coming soon? What's up?
No, nothing on my channel coming up, but I do really, really want to be back in a room. So I don't know what's next for us guys. Like, I don't know what y'all are doing, what y'all working on, but I can't not be in a room no more. Like writing alone is I be depressed writing alone.
Hey, I feel you.
So
I
we gotta figure something out.
No, for real. And for you as well. Get your direct on. And like we gotta move the needle. Somebody asked a question in there. Did we know Jay? I forget how to pronounce her name. She's a singer. And to answer your question, huh?
Jay Nova, I seen that too.
No, but I know her. I follow her. She's incredible.
She dope.
No, I don't know her personally, but she's
I got her number. I connect.
She on that new Tyler Perry joint that just came out on Netflix with Mojo, the comedian from Chicago, and what's up girl from the Steve Harvey show? I forget her name.
Oh, you talking about
Terry Devon? You talking about Terry Devon?
Yeah.
You talking about
the actress?
The actors. They're on the show. They're on the show on Netflix show.
We the people. We the people.
Yeah, we the people. He's talking about Terry Devon.
Yeah.
She the people.
She the people.
Her name was
number 1 on Netflix.
Lavita Alizé Jenkins.
Yeah.
All right, so just so you guys know, we'll be live every Tuesday after the premiere of every episode. So next week, we'll be rotating the guests so you guys get an understanding of how deep the cast and crew are. Ja will be here every single week. So you can continue to watch the episodes weekly on YouTube at 6 p.m. Pacific. Or if you want to jump ahead, I feel like a lot of people are going to start watching the weekly episodes and it's going to get so good and they'll be like, damn it, I'm going to go ahead and pay for it. So you might as well just pay for it now so you can skip that process. Just get right to it. A lot of people have tapped in. Ja, do you have any last words before we close this out?
Thank y'all for pulling up to the chat and in the live, and thank y'all for watching. Continue to watch. Please support if you can at bigja.com so we can keep doing this over and over and over again. This as to create more content and more projects is greatly appreciated. I'll see y'all next week, man. Love y'all. To the max.